There's something so beautifully simple and human about conquering the natural world. Through using tools, our hands, and our desire for adventure, which when used in combination, allows us to harness the beauty, the danger, and the deliciousness of our surroundings. Thanks to Liam's modified R50 Pathfinder, which is a tool for getting away from the world to places where most automobiles can't reasonably reach. Its simplicity and ruggedness as a road and off-road vehicle, as well as its price point, really make it an unsung hero in the world of off-road capable vehicles. Join us as we drive away from humanity to enjoy some of nature's simplest amenities in this inelaborate but still exceptional machine. On this trip, we're heading about an hour away from civilization to climb an 800-meter mountain, all in order to cook a nice steak, asparagus, and tater dinner. This is considered an intermediate trail, so it's perfect for testing out if the R50 Pathfinder is any good at doing fairly legitimate wheeling. Time to put this 20-year-old SUV to the test.
It looks like you have 2 stick shifts. I bet some people look at this and they're like, out of a test and they're just like, oh my god, I can't do that. Like, honestly, yeah. That's intimidating.
I mean, there's people that look at stick shifts in general and they're like, I don't understand.
True, but this one has 2. So you've given this vehicle a nickname. What do you call it?
I call it the GOAT.
Ah, not like Khabib or Nurmagomedov.
No, I call it the GOAT because it is a GOAT. Like, I've taken it through some pretty rough shit that, like, I wasn't even necessarily comfortable with, and it just took it in stride. Like, it can just, you put that shit in 4 low, it can just crawl up the sides of mountains.
Yeah.
And it was loaded up with like 10 days worth of camping gear too. Like, it wasn't just like a day of wheeling.
In terms of an off-road vehicle, it takes away a lot of the spinal pain that comes with off-roading in this thing. I think it's because the seats are really soft.
Oh, these are very soft seats.
Yeah. It's like I'm falling into a pillow every time we hit a giant friggin' pothole. And it's
oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, pain and suffering. I love it.
As we got to the bottom of the big old hill, it was time to put her in 4-wheel drive and crawl on up.
Oh, this is enjoyable. Wow, look at the snowy tips and stuff. This is gorgeous, man. I find this a lot more wholesome than driving quickly on the street. Because I guess it is. You're not being a public menace. Hell yeah, brother. You got some tips for 4x4ing?
Ride over the high spots with your wheel. Don't send the high spots underneath.
Yes.
Especially if you're air down. Always air down. Always air down.
Yes.
You get more grip, you're less likely to blow a tire. And I don't know, just have fun with it.
Hell
Drive
yeah.
within your ability. Don't look at shit and go like, I could probably do that, especially if you're by yourself. Yeah. Ideally, always be wheeling with a buddy.
A fire lit in this tinderbox of a peak would have been bad press, so we dashed down the mountain again in order to dine.
More better. You know what they say.
You haven't met a cocksucker that doesn't like butter. Don't trust that cocksucker.
I never trust those motherfuckers.
Steak, asparagus, and potatoes with butter and some spices. Not a lot of ingredients. This classic meal pairs well with this straightforward old vehicle, with a lift, some tires, and some mindfulness for the suspension.
Cooking steaks on the open fire.
That's just base.
Yeah,
you know,
like this car, man. You just get the shit that, like, just the shit that you need.
No, it's not base. It's got a sunroof.
Sunroof. And fucking.
Oh yeah, Yeah, it
compass,
tells you, yeah,
which has actually come in quite handy.
Oh.
It comes in quite handy.
Yeah, especially when you got no cell signal.
Yeah. Make sure I'm going in the right direction.
That's right.
In terms of durability, this Pathfinder soaked up everything I threw at it, and that was expected since during Liam's ownership, it's given him no issues. His only complaint is the fuel economy, which is expected out of an early 2000s SUV with a 3.5 liter V6.
They're solid vehicles, and there's a lot of them around. Like if you
Yes, they've stood the test of time.
You-
I see them around town all the time.
all the time, when you know to look what you're looking for, like versus, I mean, you see 4Runners everywhere, and there's not as many of these out there as there are 4Runners, but and it's nice to have something that you can ride on the trails and the back roads and the Forest Service roads,
Yeah.
and just pull off onto a highway and just keep going.
Yes.
And it's
Well, after filling up your tires.
after airing
of
out your
course.
tires, yes.
Yes.
You know, people talk about, you know, using Jeeps for off-roading and stuff. I don't know. From what I hear, those things kind of suck dick. riding on the roads. If it was meant to go fast, it wouldn't be shaped like a brick.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. This is gorgeous.
Oh, look at this.
What a beautiful day to go out for a rip, eh, bud?
Oh, fucking gorgeous day, bud.
Oh, man.
This old SUV with some off-roading products added is quite impressive. Now, these vehicles really remind me of cooking on an open fire, because it's simple, but it works. You might not have all your cooking gear with you, but do you really need all those fancy doodads in order to make sustenance? No, because I enjoyed wheeling in this equally as I would have in modern or fancier SUVs and trucks. The gearing is tall, especially in second, but otherwise there's not much to complain about regarding the R50 Pathfinder. Just like there's little to complain about when you're talking about a nice meal cooked in the middle of nowhere.
I want to
problem.
drink. I'm going to drink some of that water.
Do you have any water tablets?
Nah, man. Drink it fresh. When you're this high up, the water's pretty clean.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not as much. This is an outdoorsman's recreational vehicle. You are the outdoorsman that I know. Because you just full send it. All the time, everywhere. Anytime, any place.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Gotta get outside, man. You gotta get outside. It's good for your soul. Look at this.
It is.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Please consider subscribing if you've enjoyed this video. Ciao.